Okay, good evening, everybody. It's Scott here from the Woke Society Studios, here to drop another episode for you. I got my camera working today, which is great news. The last episode that I dropped, we were talking about the newest Q drops. Well, little did I know, I only posted on 3 of them, and many more dropped after the fact. So we're simply just going to cover and clarify what a lot of these Q drops were that occurred within the last day. So before I get into it, always going to do my shameless plug. Just ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button. We're at 3150 now. We got about 30 from yesterday, which is great. My goal, I would like to hit 4,000 subs by the end of this month. I think that's attainable, and 5,000 by the end of the year. That is where I'm going to be hitting now. A far cry from my original goal of 1,000 by the end of the year, but we're doing it, guys. We are getting there, and I can't thank you enough. So please like, share, tell your friends and family about this channel to get them updated on the news that's out there now. So the title of today's episode is the Indictments Incoming for 2019. And what I'm going to start with here is the first Q drop that was last posted. This one was at 8:56 last night. One of the Anons asked, indictments coming in 2019, indictments coming 2019, and Q. So after this Q drop, guys, I'm going to back up and start from where they started posting from the coded messages that they started yesterday. But the reason why I want to bring this up is because we also got news yesterday. This is an article from express.co.uk. It says, Jeffrey Epstein, FBI ready to strike against pedophiles, child groomers. FBI agents are poised to arrest at least 4 suspects in the Jeffrey Epstein child sex trafficking case, a legal source said last night. Federal prosecutors believe they now have enough evidence to arrest alleged co-conspirators who recruited and groomed underage girls for the pedophile tycoon and his powerful friends. The source said they are ready to ask a judge to issue arrest warrants, which will be acted on immediately. The FBI will also seek search warrants for any properties in which the suspects are residing. This is the first major step in an investigation that now spans several countries, where Epstein, through his closest for aides, had teams of procurers scouting for fresh victims, the source said. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, is not those whom the police are seeking to arrest. Man, I don't know what it is. Some of these people seem untouchable, right? Virginia Giuffre, formerly Roberts, gave an interview to NBC last month in which she described the prince as an abuser. And we all know that he was involved with Epstein, and he was partaking in all these terrible things with these girls that Epstein was also doing as well. But who knows? Maybe he'll get called up right at the very end. I'm not sure. But so I wanted to start with this because I saw this news about Jeffrey Epstein because I was always wondering what's going to happen with Ghislaine Maxwell, what's going to happen with the other groomers that we know exist. And from what that article is saying, the FBI has some of them and they're going to arrest them. And why I bring this up and why it's so important is because what other people do these groomers know? Who else are they going to throw under the bus? And it says indictments coming. We only have, about a month and a half left of the year. So something big is going to drop. Not only do we have FISA D-Class coming, but now we get news that Epstein's groomers are being arrested as well, 4 of them. And there could be more, who knows. But indictments are coming. That is Q's response, so it's very powerful. And it should be very encouraging to you guys. Everyone's waiting for these arrests, and everyone says that they're coming, they're coming. And we've been saying that for how long now? But you guys just got to keep holding tight and not get discouraged. What has Q done to give you any disbelief in what they're doing? To be completely honest, nothing. So that's where I want to start off. What I'm going to bring up here now is Praying Medic. He wrote a thread on the latest Q drops here, and I'm going to start right from the beginning after what I reported on yesterday. So where I left off was out of this code here, and I was trying to decipher it. And Praying Medic pretty much said, I'm certain if this was a test or a coded message. There's lots of possibilities, no clear interpretation yet. So that's what he has there. The next one that Q had posted was a video showing a post by Stormy Patriot following the three retweets by posts, then by a post of Q. And I think I might have had it here. Let me just bring it up. Nope, it's okay. It's fine. Let me just go back here. So it's just pretty much a video showing the timing of when Trump posts compared to when Q posts, and they're going back and forth, back and forth. And Stormy Patriot pretty much tweeted, this is the Q, then post, then Q, this is the Q I know. And Stormy Patriot got tagged in a QAnon post, which is awesome. Again, just showing the timing of when Q posts is absolutely amazing. The next one here, Just Inform You was queued for his video where POTUS explained we have a forum. We have a place we can talk. And I'll show it right here real quick. It's only 7 seconds. Or not. Pretty much it's just saying that...
that I said it. I said, oh, I'm going to sue him. They said, sir, I'm sorry you can't. He's got total immunity because he made it in Congress. Can you believe this? But you know, here's the good news. At least we have a forum. We have a place we can talk so everyone knows what's going on. Bunch of phony people. But this is what...
He says, we have a forum. That is the first word to use, and I think that's very important because we know ACOON is a forum of information for communication. And Just Inform Talk also got linked for this queue here. So the next one right after this, America will be unified again. This was the Q drop. You see Route DOD 11.11.18. Now everyone thought this was a Delta of last year. And apparently this is an IP address to a government computer, which we're going to look at in just a moment. But this post contains part of a routing URL for ACOON, which goes through a Defense Department server. So everyone's saying that this is some guy in his basement. Nope. They're using a routing URL from the Defense Department server. So there is some government entity that Q is associated with, or is, we don't know. But just more proof that Q is as legit as it comes. The next drop here, America will be unified again. What did Q mean by future proofs past? In April of 2018, Q said America will be unified again and indicated 11/11 was an important date. The year indicated in the post was 2018, but many statements have multiple meanings or applications. So again, Q was just posting America will be unified again, and there was nothing really else, much more to get into detail about that. So Q keeps posting. Maybe 11.11.18 wasn't a year. Maybe it was. And now Q posts this, Project Looking Glass, going forward in order to look. Now, I had never heard of Project Looking Glass until yesterday. And I'm going to make a separate, entirely different episode on Project Looking Glass because this is like a black ops project. This is stuff that the space programs probably already have access to and already advanced this technology. But I'm just going to give you guys just a quick paragraph of what it is. So this is according to David Wilcock and the insiders that he spoke to, and everyone knows that, including myself, knows that David Wilcock is as reputable as they come. Per insiders, he has been in contact claims that the device works much like the pineal gland in the human body, which is able to create a highly coherent energy vortex or torsion field under certain conditions, allowing an individual to receive information by non-physical means. This is essentially describing the ability to remote view where an individual can become cognizant of objects or locations using mind-clearing techniques and theta states of consciousness. So I've seen some other views on this. I've seen people say this Project Looking Glass is a time warping machine, a time machine technology, but I've also seen the other side, what this article is talking about as far as remote viewing. Being able to meditate and put yourself into a state of consciousness where you can go to places metaphysically and see things and come back into your own body and describe those things and write them down and they can continue on. But the fact that Q is even posting about this stuff is crazy, and Praying Medic gives a different description of what Project Looking Glass is in just a moment. But Praying Medic keeps going, because right after Q dropped the Project Looking Glass, Q tagged another person in a new drop. It says an IP address, nice dig, link to tweet. And there's the link here, which I'm going to put in the description below. But again, it's just talking about the 11.11.18 was an IP address linked to a DoD computer. An IP address used by the military. That is the most important thing, because we know Q is part of a military operation somewhere in the government. That's all we know. And Q no doubt knew that in April of 2018 when he made the original post about 11.11.18. Did Q anticipate the future need to set up a new domain, which we know that Akun was originally 8chan, and it was taken down. It was attacked. And now they're on Akun, which is an impenetrable fortress, and they have wavered off the attacks recently. Well, as we go further, Pragmatic talks about what Project Looking Glass is. It's a software project that allows users to display 3D windows, including windows that are reversible, going forward in order to look back. Again, so that they're talking about a software program. You can also just do a Google search. This is the first thing that came up when I looked at it. It's talking about this this computer software, but we all know there's deeper meanings to things, and we know there's technologies out there that are being hidden from us. So it would make sense that maybe this technology does have something to do with time traveling, or in some cases, as some people believe, remote viewing. I don't know. Super interesting, but if Q is in control of some of these black op technologies, that is incredible, because it would explain how, when they say things, how many coincidences can there be until it's mathematically impossible? Maybe they do have technology to open up wormholes and change outcomes in different realities. Would not surprise me one bit. So as we keep going, Q posted this drop. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. And Q asked a number of questions. And this is the quotes from Thomas Jefferson, Woodrow Wilson, and Pragmatic ask a series of questions. And the answers are here. Calm before the storm. Month/day Q public campaign initiated. And this was on October 5th. When the president said calm before the storm. The month/day DERM initiated. Q's public operation began October 28th. And on November 13, 2017, Assistant Attorney General Stephen Boyd notified members of Congress that the DOJ appointed senior federal prosecutors to investigate their concerns about corruption rather than appoint a second special counsel, which we know is now Durham. And he's still investigating. Still right now investigating. So the next day, Q asked why indictments would be sealed outside of D.C. The Washington, D.C. area is heavily pro-Clinton. Finding objective jurors would be difficult, so the DOJ chose to base its investigation elsewhere. And they asked why would sealed indictments be outside of D.C.? What purpose would this serve? And Q goes into talking about, in March of 2018, A.G. Sessions finally revealed the name of one of the prosecutors who was investigating corruption, and we know, again, that is John Huber. And we also know that Sessions has been secretly investigating other people on the side, completely out of the public's eye. And what we're also hearing now is there are even more prosecutors under Sessions that have been completely out of the public's eye. They're also investigating things. Absolutely crazy. So we're just going to scroll down here a little bit more. Let's see here. I'm going to go back. Let me take a look at the cube app here. All right. So 3582 here, we talk about POTUS and Q near zero delta with Q posting seconds before Trump. That's the one we were talking about before. And we have here, POTUS claims Obama had tried 11 times to connect with Kim Jong-un via phone. Would you have believed Hussein tried to call Kim prior to summit? He did not have his updated phone number. Previous number tracked, surveillance, I believe that's, yeah, surveillance by a select dedicated team, hashtag breakdown pre/post elect. Do you believe in coincidences relevant to future upcoming events? And when you click that link, it's talking about how Barack Obama tried to call Kim Jong-un 11 times. But North Korea dictator had a lack of respect and wouldn't answer, as Obama-era national security spokesman said it never happened. But he met with Trump. Remember that? He met with Trump on the DZ line. It's very interesting that Q is bringing up Kim in this project here. So as Q kept posting, we have another drop. 3584 whistleblower. Google is developing AI for planetary surveillance. Google whistleblower project DeepMind. This is called the AI Manhattan Project. And if you click on Breitbart here, it goes into how Google is developing an AI for planetary surveillance, and guess what? They're doing it with China. And the article reads, former Google senior software developer and whistleblower Zach Voorhees appeared on SiriusXM's Breitbart News Tonight with host Rebecca Mansour Friday to discuss Google's relationship with Communist China and the company's artificial intelligence project DeepMind, which has been called the AI Manhattan Project. DeepMind disputed Voorhees' comments in a statement to Breitbart News saying it does not have operations in China, which we all know is absolutely a lie, because we know Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, is working hand in hand with China. They still have connections to China. It's ridiculous for them to even say this. We all know they're blatantly lying right here. But Q is calling them out. And it's talking about a planetary surveillance. What the hell is that? Crazy stuff. But they're calling it the AI Manhattan Project. That is crazy. Alright. So, again, they talk about Akun routes through DoD server going forward in order to look back. Again, could be another reference to the technology, the Black Ops technology that they have. And then this one's a big one. Rogue elements in the intel agencies ran a clandestine Black Ops to infiltrate the U.S. government. So once CIA, always CIA. Former CIA elected to Congress, former CIA running for Congress, former CIA running for Senate, elected to Senate, elected to presidency, defined Black Ops, clandestine, one CIA, always CIA. Snowden pre-NSA, with Snowden base of ops, whistleblower versus POTUS, former CIA. We know the whistleblower is CIA. He was former CIA. Define Black Ops, clandestine. What happens if rogue elements of U.S. ABC Intel agency target to insert U.S. political system? President, VP, House, Senate, NSC, U.S. Ambassador, etc. And Black Ops, designated control, friend versus foe, targeting. And it looks like we have a battle here, NSA versus CIA. I'm going to go back to the Praying Medic tweet here as he describes what he thinks this is in really good detail, if I can find it. Let's see. I did have it here, guys. I'm sorry. Well, it's okay. We'll have to find it later. But pretty much what it's talking about, it's mentioning that it looks like Snowden was already pre-planted into this whole entire operation before he pretended to be the hero that he was. So it's saying that this entire time we had a Black Ops operation that was infiltrating the government. And it was all done through the CIA, which is no surprise at all. Absolutely no surprise. So they're saying NSA versus CIA, and again, we are in the midst of a huge intelligence war right now. And we're just getting started. Q's coming back, and then the last one they said, indictments coming 2019 Q. So that's really all that I had today, guys. Again, this week has been crazy. I start my new schedule tomorrow at work. Not that any of you care, but a little bit stressful. It's like starting a new job, but it's within the same company. But just have to see how these next probably 2 weeks go, and I'm going to be able to have a good grasp of my time and when I can do all this and keep getting out the content that I have been. So I still want to do weekend live shows, maybe on Saturdays. Those are coming. I already have some mods that are willing to help me, which is fantastic. And eventually we're going to get that online store up and get some merchandise out to you guys, because why not? Let's see where this can go. It's going to get bigger. So that's all I got today, guys. Again, hit subscribe, hit that like button, share with your friends and family. Hit me with any questions you have about these Q drops so we can go into more detail. I just did not have any time to set up towards the end with the praying medic thread on the QAnon, but that's okay. Most of it's there, and until then, guys, keep your eyes and ears open. Stay safe out there, please, and please always stay woke.